Imagine a sunny afternoon. Birds are singing. A gentle breeze rustles through the trees. A young couple strolls hand in hand through the park, lost in conversation. The woman laughs at something her partner says, her head thrown back in delight. But their idyllic afternoon is about to take a terrifying turn. Every day, around the world, unexpected animal attacks shatter the illusion of safety. From pets turning on their owners to wild animals encroaching on human territory, these encounters serve as stark reminders of the raw power and unpredictable nature of the animal kingdom. These are not mere anecdotes, but chilling testaments to the fact that we share this planet with creatures whose instincts and behaviors can often seem alien and dangerous to us. In this series, we will delve into the world of unexpected animal attacks, exploring the reasons behind these often harrowing encounters. We will examine the triggers that can turn a beloved pet into a sudden aggressor and the circumstances that drive wild animals to lash out. Join me, if you dare, as we journey into the heart of the wild and uncover the truth behind these terrifying encounters. For when nature strikes, it can be both awe-inspiring and utterly terrifying. We often view our pets as furry members of the family, loyal companions, fuzzy bundles of love, always happy to see us, their tails wagging a symphony of affection. This deep-seated bond, however, can sometimes blind us to the reality that beneath the domesticated facade, our beloved pets are still driven by instinct. While attacks from wild predators capture headlines and stoke our primal fears, it's the unexpected aggression from our pets that can be the most unsettling. The dog we've raised from a puppy, the cat that curls up on our lap every evening, these creatures hold a special place in our hearts, making any betrayal of trust all the more shocking and difficult to comprehend. Because understanding the reasons behind these attacks is crucial not only for our own safety, but also for fostering a more harmonious relationship with our animal companions. Take, for instance, the tragic case of a young boy in Australia mauled to death by his own family dogs. These weren't vicious guard dogs, but beloved pets, a pit bull and a bull mastiff, who had shown no prior signs of aggression. Or consider the story of a woman in the United States, brutally attacked by her own pet chimpanzee, a creature she had raised from infancy and considered her son. These incidents, though extreme, highlight the potential for violence that exists within even the most domesticated animals. It's not always about breed, size, or even past behavior. But what are these triggers? What transforms a loving pet into a source of fear and danger? It's rarely a single factor, but rather a combination of elements that converge to create a volatile situation. Pain or illness can drastically alter an animal's behavior. Hormonal changes, particularly during mating season, can turn even the most docile animal into a territorial and aggressive creature. Fear, the most primal of emotions, can trigger a fight or flight response in any animal, regardless of its size or species. A dog, startled by a sudden loud noise, might bite out of fear, its actions driven by an instinct to protect itself from a perceived threat. While the thought of a beloved pet turning on its owner is unsettling, the image of wild animals invading our spaces, teeth bared and claws out, strikes a primal fear deep within us. We build our homes as sanctuaries, fortresses against the untamed world outside. Yet the line between civilization and wilderness is easily blurred, often with terrifying consequences. It's the stuff of nightmares. A family awakened in the dead of night by the sound of crashing pots and pans, only to discover a black bear raiding their kitchen. As human populations expand and encroach upon wild habitats, encounters with animals desperate for food, shelter, or simply disoriented by their shrinking world are inevitable. Consider the plight of the American black bear. Its once vast territory now fragmented by roads housing developments and shopping malls. Driven by hunger, these intelligent and adaptable creatures have learned to associate humans with easy meals, raiding garbage cans, bird feeders, and even breaking into homes in search of food. Or take the coyote, a master of survival, thriving in the shadows of our cities and suburbs. While attacks on humans are rare, their growing boldness and proximity to our homes create a constant undercurrent of unease. The destruction of natural habitats not only displaces wildlife but also disrupts delicate ecosystems, forcing animals into unfamiliar territories and increasing competition for resources. A matter of perspective. It's important to remember that these animals are not inherently malicious. They are not driven by some innate desire to harm humans. Their actions, however alarming, are often a desperate attempt to survive in a world increasingly dominated by our own species. A bear rummaging through a campsite is not trying to terrorize campers. It's simply looking for an easy meal. A coyote snatching a pet from a backyard is not acting out of malice. It's following its instincts to feed itself and its young. Understanding this difference in perspective is crucial for fostering a more harmonious coexistence with the creatures we share this planet with. The element of surprise. While some encounters with wildlife are the result of animals being pushed to the brink, others occur when humans unknowingly stumble into the path of danger. The hiker, captivated by a scenic vista, fails to notice the telltale signs of a mountain lion stalking its prey. A group of friends, their laughter echoing through the woods, inadvertently wanders too close to a moose protecting its calves. Wild animals, startled or threatened, may react with lightning-fast reflexes, leaving little time for humans to react. Reading the language of the wild. Animals, unlike humans, don't communicate with words. Their language is a subtle tapestry of scent, sound, and body language, often lost on those unfamiliar with the nuances of the wild. Learning to read these subtle cues is essential for navigating the wilderness safely. A herd of elk grazing peacefully in a meadow might seem like a picturesque scene, but approaching them too closely, especially during mating season, could be met with a display of aggression from a protective bull. The key to coexisting with wildlife lies in respecting their space, recognizing that we are visitors in their domain. It's about observing from a distance, avoiding any action that could be perceived as a threat, and remembering that wild animals are unpredictable and should never be approached or engaged with directly. Feeding wildlife, though seemingly harmless, can alter their natural foraging behaviors, making them dependent on humans and more likely to come into conflict with them. Leaving food or trash unsecured can attract animals to campsites and picnic areas, increasing the likelihood of encounters that could turn dangerous. Even seemingly innocuous actions, such as making eye contact with a predator or blocking its path of escape, can be misinterpreted as a challenge, escalating a situation from peaceful coexistence to potential conflict. Despite our best efforts to avoid conflict, there are times when encounters with wildlife take a dangerous turn. A hiker, surprised by a bear on the trail, might find themselves face to face with a charging grizzly, its massive paws pounding the ground, its roars echoing through the trees. In these adrenaline-pumping moments when fight or flight instincts kick in, it's essential to remain calm, assess the situation quickly, and react in a way that minimizes the risk of injury. Knowing how to react in these situations can mean the difference between a harrowing tale and a tragic headline. We share this planet with an astonishing array of creatures, each species intricately woven into the fabric of its ecosystem. Yet, as human populations explode, our cities sprawl, and our insatiable appetite for resources grows, we find ourselves on a collision course with the very creatures we claim to revere. The wilderness, once a vast and untamed expanse, is being carved up at an alarming rate, its boundaries redrawn by roads, pipelines, and housing developments. This relentless encroachment into the wild has profound consequences, not just for the animals that call these places home, but for the delicate balance of nature itself. As habitats shrink and resources dwindle, competition for survival intensifies, forcing animals into closer proximity to humans, often with tragic results. The concrete jungle, with its towering skyscrapers and bustling streets, might seem like an unlikely battleground for human-animal conflict. Yet, as cities expand into formerly wild areas, we're seeing a surge in encounters between humans and animals desperate for food, water, and shelter. Raccoons, once content to forage in forests and fields, now navigate alleyways with the agility of seasoned burglars, their nimble paws prying open garbage bins and raiding compost heaps. Coyotes, masters of adaptation, patrol the shadowy fringes of our suburbs, their haunting howls a reminder that the wild is never far away. Even deer, those symbols of gentleness and grace, have become urban pioneers, their numbers exploding in cities and towns across the country. The changing climate of conflict. The planet is warming, its climate changing at an unprecedented rate, and the consequences are being felt far and wide, from the melting glaciers of the Arctic to the coral reefs of the tropics. Droughts, once rare occurrences, are becoming more frequent and severe, forcing animals to travel farther in search of water, often bringing them into conflict with humans vying for the same dwindling resources. Wildfires, fueled by hotter, drier conditions, are raging across vast swaths of land, displacing wildlife and pushing them into unfamiliar territories, increasing the likelihood of encounters with humans. As the planet warms, the delicate balance of nature is being disrupted, creating a cascade of consequences that are only beginning to be understood. The future of coexistence. The challenges are daunting, but the stakes are too high to ignore. The future of our planet and our own well-being depends on finding ways to coexist with the creatures we share it with. It requires a fundamental shift in our thinking, a recognition that we are not masters of nature, but rather part of a complex and interconnected web of life. Education is key. Understanding the behaviors of animals, recognizing the signs of stress or aggression, and knowing how to react in a way that minimizes the risk of conflict. These are essential skills for navigating a world where human-animal encounters are becoming increasingly common. Conservation efforts are paramount, protecting and restoring habitats, ensuring the availability of food and water sources, and creating wildlife corridors that allow animals to move freely across landscapes. These are all critical steps in mitigating conflict and ensuring the long-term survival of both humans and wildlife. Ultimately, it's about respect. Respect for the creatures we share this planet with, respect for the delicate balance of nature, and respect for the boundaries that separate us from the wild. For it is in recognizing our interconnectedness, our shared destiny, that we find the key to a future where humans and animals can thrive together. From the bustling streets of our cities to the most remote corners of the wilderness, our complex relationship with the animal kingdom is vivid and sometimes unsettling. The bonds of love with our pets can be strained by instinct, and human development brings conflict with creatures trying to survive. Climate change disrupts the delicate balance of nature. Stories reveal a growing tension between humans and animals, a clash of needs in a resource-scarce world. Yet amidst the conflicts, there is hope. Our fate is linked to the well-being of the creatures we share this planet with. A world rebalanced. In quiet moments of reflection, we appreciate the beauty of a soaring eagle or playful dolphins, reminding us of what's at stake. Humbled by nature's power and majesty, we grasp the meaning of coexistence. It's not about romanticizing nature, but acknowledging our place in life, recognizing we're part of nature. Our actions have consequences, and today's choices shape the future. The path forward requires balance, considering both human and animal needs. It demands conservation, protecting and restoring habitats, a shift in perspective from dominance to respect and empathy. The journey won't be easy, but the destination is worth it. In striving for harmony, we're saving the planet and rediscovering our humanity. As we've seen, nature can be both awe-inspiring and unpredictable, reminding us of the delicate balance we share with the animal kingdom. Whether it's a pet turning aggressive or a wild animal crossing paths with humans, these encounters are a stark reminder of the raw power and instincts that lie within. If you found these stories as fascinating as we did, make sure to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next deep dive into the untamed world of wildlife. Stay curious, stay safe, and remember, when nature strikes, it's always a story worth watching.